So this just happened to me and I'm pretty rattled. So across the road from me is a park and the layout is pretty much a low valley surrounded by hills and forest. All the houses are across the forest on the upper half. The park is very secluded and you can't really see it unless you're in the park or at the opening at the top of the hill. At the bottom of the main hill is a playground and on the other side of the park is a small path that goes deep into the forest beside the other hill and a field at the top of the hill, probably almost a football field length away from the playground. I go into the forest for runs once in a while because of how secluded it is from everything. And it being right after Easter I really needed a run. So I bring my dog, a small Australian Shepherd named Lily. I usually let her off her leash once we get to the bottom of the hill and she goes running. She's very hyper all the time, but this time I felt weird like I should keep her close. I ignored the feeling and let her off her leash anyways. She got 2 feet away from me and stopped dead in her tracks and let out a super low growl. I've never heard her make such a scary noise in my life. Suddenly this very large fat man jumps out of the side of the forest yelling at my dog and telling her to shut up. So I quickly grab her and put her on her leash and slowly make my way across the park to the opening in the forest. I feel his eyes burning into the back of my head, so before I go into the forest I look at him with my peripherals and he's standing in the same spot staring at me from across the park. I start my walk into the forest and suddenly get this shiver up my back and feel like I want to puke. I snag another look and he's walking toward the path I just went into. My dog is squealing and whinging and acting so strange, so I jog into the forest till I know for sure I'm out of his sight. I jump off the path and into the forest and run up the hill and hide behind some trees. Sure enough, I look over and he's practically running into the forest after me, and runs right by me. At this point my dog is almost peeing herself, so I ran up and across the field and back home. I watched out my window waiting for him to come out of that public walkway, cause it's right across from my house, but instead he comes from the field. If he had intentions of taking a hike through the forest he would have exited the path on the other side, or come out and go across the park to use the public walkway and leave, but he chose to go halfway through the path and then through a bunch of trees and across a muddy field. I don't doubt he was looking for me. I can't help but think we have so many small kids in my neighborhood, and I'm lucky it was me he locked onto and not one of them.